Um, Harry, congrats on the nomination, mate. You've had a ripping last couple of weeks. Last 3 games, you've gathered more than 20 touches. What's been the key to a good couple of weeks for you?
Thank you, Theo. I think I've been playing in the midfield a bit more, especially in the last 3 weeks. So, just a few more minutes in the midfield. I've been able to get a bit more confidence, sort of playing in a good midfield with Keezy, Rory Sloan and Lairdy. So, just being able to play a bit longer in there, get my confidence up and sort of connect with those boys has been good.
Nixie touched on the new role for you, mate, and that it's sort of worked for you recently. What's been the messaging from him in the last month or so?
Yeah, just sort of back myself. So I've done a bit of roles running with other midfielders. So that's sort of been my main thing, is sort of backing myself, following another midfielder around and going one-on-one against him. So that's been a new learning for me. So against Essendon, played on Darcy Parish. So he's obviously in some ripping form, and he sort of took me to the ball, and then I was able to just back myself to play footy on one-on-one against him. So that's probably been the main message, just sort of just go to an opponent and beat him. So which has been really good for me.
And when you come up against guys like Parish, look at the West Coast game as well, and Hawthorn last week, and you're running with some players that are considered up there in the comp. What do you learn from them?
Yeah, I think the main thing that I learned is sort of that positioning around the ground. So sort of off ball sort of stuff. At times earlier in the year, I was probably out of position, and that was probably my main focus coming into the last month, is sort of getting in the right positionings to win the ball. So like I said, Darcy, when I was on Darcy Parish, he's obviously been in ripping form, and he obviously took me to the right positions, and then I was able to play footy off the back of that. And on the weekend also did the same sort of thing with O'Meara, and he's obviously a great player as well. So those two I learned a lot off, and looking forward to it.
Lastly from me, mate, you debut round 10 last year against Melbourne. You've played every game since. What does it say about your development that you've been able to cement your spot in the team in the last year and a half?
Yeah, no, it's been really good to have the opportunity to play every game. So I've been lucky enough that my body's sort of held up, and I've been able to get on the track every week. So it's also been great for my confidence. I've been able to chip away each game, and obviously take a new learning point after every game, and obviously go back to the training track and sort of work on things that I need to do to get better. So it's been a great opportunity, and I've loved it so far.
Well done, Harry. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks, Howard.
Matt Smith from ABC.
Hi, good morning, Harry. Just wondering, you were starting out yourself a couple of years ago, the fresh face. Now are you looking to play some sort of leadership role to the newer guys at the club, like Berry, Pedler, even someone like Jackson Hately, who hasn't had a good look at it this season?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's been a good thing about this footy club, is that everyone is sort of a leader and helps out. So obviously I'm pretty close to Luke Pedler, both went to PAC. So sort of when he came to the club, I sort of connected with him really quickly and sort of showed him the way. And obviously Sam Berry has been playing some really good footy this year. He's played a handful of games. So obviously able to connect with them and sort of help each other in a way. And Jacko Haley as well, obviously coming across from GWS, played a bit of footy with him and against him in juniors. So we've connected really well as well, and sort of helped each other, especially in the pre-season, going head to head. So it's been really good.
One final one from me. When you're coming up to a game like the one against the star-studded Dogs midfield, is that something you look forward to?
Yeah, definitely. Always say, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So obviously we're going to learn a lot from them. Obviously they got Bontempelli and McRae and Liberatore, so they've got a really good midfield. So we'll back ourselves. We'll be confident. We know that up-ass footy can match with the best teams in the competition. So I'm looking forward to it. I know the team is as well.
Aaron, you got any questions from Fox?
Yeah, I'll throw in a couple. G'day, Harry. You just spoke about the Doggies, mate, and their star-studded midfield. Has Matty got into you about who you might potentially be lining up on this week, and have you had any time to plan?
Not at this stage, no. We haven't discussed that at all, but I'm sure there might be a chance that I match up on someone. But like we said, that they've got a really good midfield, so there was probably a handful of players that I could match up on, but I think we'll all just go head to head and pull back ourselves to win the contest.
Perfect. And just finally from me, obviously a big improvement from last year. Do you see the potential in the group, a young developing group with a few older heads to potentially play finals in 2022? Do you think the nucleus is there to be in the top 8 next year?
Yeah, definitely. That's something we'll be striding towards. So, like you said, we are a young group, and it's good to see the last 2 years that we've started to play a handful of games together and sort of understand the game plan and understand each other's abilities. So I think this pre-season just been that we sort of realised that, and we trained really hard together. And I reckon we'll finish off this season really well. Obviously, it was good to get the win on the weekend, and we've got a couple more games to go. So we'll connect together as a team and obviously finish strong, and then go into next season, have a good pre-season, and go from there.
Thanks, Harry.
No worries.
Jace at 10.
Hey, Harry, how you going? I'm not sure if this has already been asked because I joined a bit late, but are you hopeful and the club hopeful that they can possibly get home after the Bulldogs game with both lockdowns in Victoria and SA ending?
Yeah, at this stage, we've been informed there is a chance that we could go back to Adelaide after the Bulldogs game, but with COVID, anything can happen. It only takes 1 or 2 cases where that could change. So we're only playing it by ear at the moment, playing it day by day. So we're sort of looking forward just to playing the game at Ballarat this weekend. But we are hopeful that we get home. Shout out to all our fans that are doing it tough at the moment, and we definitely want to get back and play in front of our home crowd. But like I said, at this stage, we're sort of just playing it by ear, see how it all plans out.
Yeah, what would it mean if you could get home, and obviously the showdown's coming up, playing in front of, hopefully, fans at Adelaide Oval again after such a weird sort of period.
Yeah, definitely. I played in the showdown at the start of the year with a poor crowd, so it'd be good to play in another one in front of our home fans. So it'd be a great opportunity if that happens. But we'll just have to wait and see how it goes.
Cool, that's all from me. Cheers, mate.
All right, thanks, mate.
Channel 9, I'm not sure. I can see you, but I'm not sure if we can hear you. Do you have any questions, Vicky? Or mate up?
Yes. Can you hear me, Reece? Sorry, I think we're back now.
No worries. Fire away.
Apologies about that. We had some technical problems here. You're just wondering, I don't know whether someone's asked this, Harry, but Ballarat, the weather there, what have you packed there for the trip down there and playing at 11:30 in the morning?
Yeah, so from what I've heard, it's meant to be a bit wet and scrappy. So obviously Bulldogs are a good contest team, and we'll back ourselves against them in the contest. We know that we're really good in the contest as well. So I think it's meant to be raining, so it should be a scrappy game. But no, we're really looking forward to it.
And just with the lockdown, how have you had like a day off? You obviously can't go out and about too much. What have you been doing to keep yourselves, I guess, having a bit of a break from footy as well as training?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's been a good way to connect with all the players and the staff and the coaching staff. So we're allowed to go out for an hour a day to sort of exercise. We can get takeaway coffees, takeaway food. So there's been a bunch of activities sort of been put in place in the hotel. There's a pool and a sauna for recovery. So the boys have all been really busy, and it's been a good way to sort of connect with everyone.
Have you been getting into the Olympics, and is there something in particular that stood out to you? Yeah,
definitely. The Olympics have been on pretty much 24/7 on the big screen where we've all been eating. So it's been good sort of just watching the Olympics with all the boys and the staff. So it's been great.
Any outstanding performance that sticks in your mind?
I think the women's 4x100. I actually watched that live with a few of the boys. So that was pretty cool to see them win gold and the world record.
Excellent. Thank you.
Any others before we go?
I'll jump in just for one more, Harry. Are you a footy head, mate? Like, will you watch and study footy when you're not training or playing?
Definitely. I think when I was younger, I was footy freak. I love footy. Used to watch every game. I used to know every player. So I've sort of taken that into my game now. It's always good to get away from footy. Obviously, we're pretty much footy 24/7 training and going through vision and stuff. So it's good to get away. But yeah, definitely enjoy watching it. And yeah.
Cool. Thanks, brother.